What's up, my friends? Welcome to New View Tech Review. My name is David Gelly, and today we are reviewing the Galaxy Note 9. Yeah, I know I'm way late on this, but hey, better late than never, right? The long-awaited Galaxy Note 9 is here, the follow-up to the highly praised Note 8, and this year's variant is more of an upgrade than a rehaul. Which is okay considering next year will be the Big 10, and hopefully that means a fresh new design as well as internal upgrades, even if they're minor. So, how does the Note 9 stack up to its previous iterations? Well, let's dig in and find out. The Note 9 stands at a massive 6.37 inches tall, is 3.02 inches wide, 8.89 millimeters thick, and weighs 7.09 ounces. It's a very tall phone, just as the Note 8 was, and is something I still haven't gotten used to. But the extra screen real estate that comes with having such a massive body is definitely nice to have. On the right side of the phone sits the power button, and on the left is the volume rocker and Bixby button. The fact that the Bixby button is still not remappable just boggles my mind, but it is what it is. Now, flipping the phone to the bottom, we find a Type-C charging port, and the round circle on the left is what we older techies call a headphone jack. A rare yet beautiful sighting. On the back of the phone is the fingerprint scanner, which now sits below the cameras instead of to the right like it did on the Note 8. So good on you, Samsung, for listening to your customers. And of course the heart rate sensor that nobody uses is still plaguing the back of the Note series. As for materials, both the front and back are made of Gorilla Glass 5, and the border of the phone is made with aluminum. The Note 9 is IP68 water and dust resistant, which is pretty standard on most flagships these days. And you can find it in 4 different color variants: Ocean Blue, Lavender Purple, Cloud Silver, and Midnight Black. The Note 9 sports a 6.4-inch Quad HD Super AMOLED Infinity display with a PPI of 516, which oddly enough is lower than that of the Note 8, which has a PPI of 521. Though the difference is so minimal, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between the two. Oh, and just a quick reminder, Samsung's default resolution is set to 1080p, so to take full advantage of that Quad HD display, you'll need to change this in the settings. Perhaps the best thing about the Note 9 is the display. Furthermore, the fact that there is no notch to cause distractions while using this device. Notches have never really been a big issue for me, but I know it drives some people crazy, and so it's nice to see a manufacturer such as Samsung do their own thing and not follow the latest trend. The Note 9 is powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon 845 CPU, runs Android 8.1 Oreo, and has 6 to 8 gigabytes of RAM, depending on whether you get the 128 or 512 gigabyte model. And if you're into expandable storage, Samsung has you covered with an SD card slot capable of making that 512 gigabytes of onboard storage into 1 terabyte of combined storage. This year, we get a significant battery upgrade from last year's 3300 mAh cell to 4000 on the Note 9. Unfortunately, I don't see a huge difference in screen on time as compared to the Note 8, but it's easily more than enough to get you through a full day of light to moderate use. The infamous S Pen is now Bluetooth enabled and can be used as a remote control for taking pictures, pausing and playing music, and so much more. Now, being that the S Pen has standalone features, it needs a way to charge, so all you need to do is just put the S Pen back inside of the pen slot for it to power back up. Even just 40 seconds of charging the pen is equal to 30 minutes of use, so you shouldn't ever have to worry about the pen dying on you. Also, I'm happy to report that Samsung's haptic feedback has gotten slightly better on the Note 9. The actual vibration motor is now positioned towards the bottom of the device, making the home button feel so much more like an actual button, and is the complete opposite of what I could say about the Note 8, which had the motor positioned towards the top of the phone. It's nowhere near as close to the quality of Apple's Taptic engine, but it's an improvement nonetheless. On the back of the Note 9 sits 2 12-megapixel cameras, both with OIS. On the left, we have a telephoto lens with an f2.4 aperture, and on the right, a wide-angle lens with a dual aperture of 1.5 and 2.4. Video can be recorded at 720p at 960 frames per second for super slow motion capture, all the way up to 4K at 60 frames per second for those clean and crispy shots. On the front of the device sits the 8-megapixel sensor with an aperture of f1.7. Now, here are some photo and video examples using the front and back cameras. Now, moving over to audio, Samsung is really stepping up their game in this department with the S9 and Note 9. The AKG tuned stereo speakers can get pretty loud, coming in at 89 decibels, the same as we saw on the Note 8, and EQ readings are actually really good with strong bass levels as well as highs that don't overpower the mids. Not only does Samsung give us good onboard speakers, but they also give us those incredible AKG earbuds in the box, which sound ridiculously good for what they are. So what did we learn here today, kids? That the Note 9 is greater than the Note 8. But seriously, this phone is definitely Samsung's best phone yet, with a huge battery, amazing audio, crazy good photos, the best display on the market, and it has the super dope S Pen that can be used as a freaking remote. I'd say that if you're a Note series fan, then this is definitely worth the money. Though if you're not a huge fan of the super tall design, then I'd maybe recommend waiting until next year, as we will more than likely get a complete redesign for the Galaxy Note 10. That's all I had for you today, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this review of the Galaxy Note 9. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you. Yeah, you right there. The one I'm staring at right there. Yes, you. I'll see you in the next one.